And we're live. Happy Money Monday, everyone. We are so excited to have another special guest. Like, this is the best month ever. Let's see if our... Hey, Joel and Christy, feel free to say hi, guys.
Yeah, you can make that determination after we're done tonight.
Yeah. That's right. We'll see if we deserve that praise.
You guys are awesome. I'm not worried at all. We'll just give these guys a couple more minutes to join in. They're coming from Facebook. Hey, guys. Hey, Veronica. Welcome. Hey, Anna. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Sierra. Hopefully you guys can see these comments popping in, too.
There we go.
There's always a little delay. It's like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and then boom, boom, boom. You'll see a couple.
Yeah, we found that out when we did our live last Saturday. We found that out.
Yeah.
Everything was coming in about 2 or 3 minutes later.
Seconds.
That delay feels much longer. I tell you, 2-3 minutes feels like 10 when you're talking.
It's Anna.
Oh, hey, here's everybody showing love. I love it. Hey, Chi-Chi. Still no baby yet, Chi-Chi. She's not due until next month, but I always think the second one goes early. Alrighty, it is 2 minutes in. We'll give it about 30 more seconds, and we will get started with the fun. Don't forget, if you're coming in from Facebook, you'll have to accept that extra Facebook permission, granting Facebook permission to share your name and photo. 3 weeks. Man, I thought I was late. Let me just shut the door so we don't get any feedback. People who have already joined us. This is just so awesome. I remember when I started this thing, I had -1. And somebody joined, and then they left.
-1 means.
Never give up, guys. Moral of the story.
Does -1 mean even you wouldn't watch you?
Exactly. I wasn't even watching myself. Hilarious. Well, thanks for tuning into another Money Monday Live. We are so happy to have our final special guest. We saved the best for last. I love giving people their kudos for the month of June. Say hi to the long run with Joel and Christy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
So happy to have you guys on today. Right now, you can see their channel. Feel free to check it out. Hit that subscribe button, like those videos, turn those notifications on. Let us know your posting schedule and where they can find you on all your social media.
Yeah, go ahead.
We post a grocery haul every Tuesday, and every Thursday will be anything as far could be anything from health to debt freedom related, and anything in between, just about.
Yeah.
And also on Instagram a lot. So
I love your channel and Megan's channel because you guys have succeeded in having your name be the same across almost all your platforms, which I think is super helpful when searching.
Yeah.
I know this is easy to find you.
Yeah.
So we'll jump right in and get started with the first question.
Yeah.
The first question I have for you guys is, did you bring the Cheetos? Surprise question.
I did bring the Cheetos.
They're actually in the cabinet. But
you guys have to watch their videos.
You made him think about it, so we had to go get them.
I literally had an alarm in my phone set to go buy a bag of Cheetos because Eva usually buys Cheetos when we go to 7-Eleven, and we didn't do it last night. Where are the Cheetos?
Ask that, and then I did not actually have them by my side to start with, but there they are. See, I just ripped into them tonight, so.
Now we can start. Cheetos have arrived. Okay, let's get started. First question for you guys, because we're talking about debt payoff today. Sorry, I haven't thrown the topic out there, but these guys are going to share a little more information about their journey. So how much debt did you guys have when you first started your debt payoff journey?
Well, we had quite a bit, we included our mortgage in that too. Our mortgage was about $180,000. We had a couple of credit cards that were probably in the neighborhood of a couple $1,000s a piece. And then 2 car notes. We owed about $15,000 or $20,000 on those a piece. And then we had another little note that we found out about later that that's a long story, but it was about another $2,500. So we're probably talking somewhere in the neighborhood of $250,000, including our mortgage. And
say what we normally just say is over $200,000.
Yeah.
Because back in 7 years ago, there wasn't Instagram or the whole debt-free community, and we didn't add it up. We just started paying it aggressively. I was watching YouTube videos from debt-free accounts, but there was we never added it. We just know that it was at least that.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. And see, $250,000. You guys aren't alone. How many other people owe the six-figure debt?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
If not more.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And with student loans and stuff too. We didn't technically have student loans. We thought when all that happened. When we had our financial crisis. So we didn't have, we know some people, have $200,000 just in student loan debt.
Yes.
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
So that was going to be my next question. What type of debt did you have? I know you mentioned mortgage and 2 car loans and a couple credit cards. Anything else?
Just that. And then the one little, the note we had that, the long story about why that didn't get paid, but there was a little loan for 1 semester of.
It was a private donor had said that he would pay the tuition that semester. He did not, and we didn't know it.
Yeah.
But that was kind of on us because we didn't follow through and make sure that it was paid. So.
And how many times have we been there? Come on.
That's what I say about the debt-free community is you all learn from each other.
That's right.
I never even thought of
Yeah.
It's so true. I mean, I've had school debt that I pay. It took me years to pay off, and I never even took a class for it. I just enrolled and pre-signed up to have a bone chain on my foot and dived right into that debt and didn't even get anything out of it. But still had to pay it off because I wanted that clean slate.
That's right. Absolutely.
So that next question that everybody's probably been waiting for is how long did it take you to pay off debt?
What we say? Well, when we really got serious about it, we mentioned this on our live last Saturday that we did.
I think we should say what caused us to be serious about it. So
that's right.
And that was a job loss.
We weren't serious about it for a while. I was making pretty good money. Christy had a good job making a little bit of money.
But we were just like most people in our.
We didn't think about it. We didn't care about it because that was the thing,
You could afford a monthly payment.
As long as you can afford the monthly payment, then you're good, and you own. So you have all of the stuff that you really don't own. You're just borrowing from somebody else because somebody else owns it as long as they own the note. And so, you don't really think about it. And so we grew up in that culture, at least I did, and said, this is what you do. You grow up, you get married, you buy a house, you buy cars, and you buy it all on time, and you pay it off over time. And the thing about that is,
before you get it paid off, you go get a
different car, or right in the middle of that video, I got a text message from Verizon wanting me to get a new iPhone. So it's like it's paid off. No, I'm good.
That's what always happens.
Yeah.
What did I hit? I've tapped something. It's okay. Ignore me. I'll figure it out. I always.
There we go.
Hello again. So when you lost your job, did you guys, it's just a bonus question, hopefully you guys don't mind answering. Did you guys have any type of a nest egg or emergency fund or anything at that point in time?
We did not. The only thing that really had happened for us was that about 6 months before that, I had started using the YNAB app, the You Need a Budget program. And so, we're YNABers. I have to confess. And so
you guys are level pro. When I was watching your live, I'm like, I need to tie it. You guys could do another video on YNAB by itself.
And so I'd already gotten us a month ahead. So we're kind of thinking about it then, didn't know what was coming up because it was still 6 months down the road. But that January, I'd gotten us a month ahead on our finances. So the money we were making in January, we weren't going to use until February anyway. But other than that, we didn't really think about, debt because you just sooner or later you just live with it because that's what people do.
Yep.
You get debt and you live with it.
What is that?
And
we always just normalize debt because everybody else has it and people before us had it. Our families were in debt, so of course we're going to have debt.
Oh yeah,
so you guys broke that cycle, broke that chain.
Yeah. That is
okay.
That chain.
Well, what things helped you guys to pay off debt the quickest?
Okay. Well, when I lost my job, we went down to pretty much. We lost about 3/4 of our income.
Yeah. What I was making was just enough to pay the mortgage and nothing else.
Yeah, and we took 6 months of severance pay and 3 months of severance pay and turned it into 6.
By really cutting.
Explain. Did you hear that, guys?
By realizing, not just cutting, but realizing what was important.
Yeah.
For us, we had to go through what we were spending. The things we were spending it on, and just ask ourselves, hey, is this really? I mean, we were the Marie Kondo of the budget world before Marie Kondo started going through her closets.
I'm surprised he knows the name.
Yeah, don't tell anybody I know that name.
So funny.
So we went through our budget saying, is this something that we really need? Is it something that enhances our life? And if it's not, we got rid of it.
Yeah.
We sold our cars, downgraded our cars.
Yeah. I traded an SUV in on a hybrid car that was like 4 years older than my SUV.
Yeah, it was 4 years old when we bought, 5 years old when we bought it.
Really?
And 4 years older than the car that we had.
Mm-hmm. And that's the one car we have still to this day.
And it works just fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 12 years old. It's still going.
12 years old, still running. Yeah,
it's ugly as it can be because I'm pulling off of it, but it works.
Yeah, if you keep the oil change in your car, do the little repairs on them from time to time, they will last you a lifetime.
Yeah.
So
despite what the car dealer says.
Yeah.
With the slick hair, they always have slick hair and one of those jackets, those wool jackets, like they're about to sell you your future. I don't want it. Just something that I can pay in cash. That's our goal for.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's right.
Is to pay cash. Oh my gosh! Thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
So the last question related to debt freedom, I want to ask you guys a little more about your grocery haul strategy because I love how you guys do that. But in regards to your debt freedom, my favorite question of all is, what do you guys do with all the free money you have now that you don't have?
That's a great question. Well, we're sinking a lot of it into sinking funds. We're building our. We have a small emergency fund that we use for things that are less than $1,000 that come up that are emergencies. Now, when we set that up, 3 years ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Anyway, we haven't touched it since we set it up. And the reason we haven't touched it is that we set up sinking funds for the things that we need to purchase, the big things that we need to purchase. We have a sinking fund for
things that we know is coming, but we don't pay it every month.
Yeah, so like car insurance, we have a sinking fund for car insurance, and we put a little bit in every month. So when the bill comes due every 6 months, we just pay it all at once. And so we save the charges. The monthly charges are going to charge.
You get a discount for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. And so that'll save you money there. And so anything like that, like all of our household items, we just bought a $370 futon that we took money from our sinking fund that we had, didn't have to go into debt to buy it. And so, we didn't have to put it on a credit card. We just took out our debit card and it was good to go. Just took it out of the account and we still have money left over in there. So we're huge sinking fund people. Yep. If you can sit down and think of the things that you might spend money on, that's high dollar, that you don't want to go into debt for, start saving for it now. So when that thing arises, then you don't have to worry about where's the money going to come from. Well, you know where it's going to come from. It's right there in your budget.
Like, Christmas is coming, and is that a Dave Ramsey thing to say? Christmas is not an emergency. So sinking fund, we prepare for that.
Yeah.
There's always a common thing I notice with people who are debt free. They usually follow some form of Dave Ramsey's plan, which I love, and I love how you can personalize it and make it match your lifestyle.
Yeah,
and they usually have a lot of sinking funds and emergency fund accounts. Yeah. That's I noticed that, and that must be because you have to have something that you still strive for. Once you're not debt, once you're debt free, it's like, now what? It's easy.
Exactly. Yeah. What do I do now? Because if you don't have a plan, it's like losing weight. If you don't have a plan, once you get down to your goal weight, you're going to gain it all back. Well, if you don't have a plan, once you're debt free, you're probably going to go back into debt. And so if you're not using that money for something else, setting it aside for something else, then
you don't want to be breaking into your emergency fund to pay your car insurance. You want to think ahead.
That is such a key point.
Yeah.
Because what is it? It's for a specific purpose, and you have to really discipline yourself. That's the part. That's a part of the journey that I don't think people talk about enough. Is you have to change yourself from the inside out. You have to be like, okay, this is not how I spend money anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a definite mindset change that happens when you decide, hey, I've had enough. And
now, do you find that you guys, just one more bonus part, are you guys naturally savers now, or do you find that you still have to fight the contention to spend?
I was always a saver. I think I said I'm like my grandmother. She would go to the store and talk herself out of half the things she went into the store for. I'm that person. So that's kind of always been my personality, but I've
always been the spender.
He's
always one and one.
Well,
he's a partial spender.
I can't carry cash in my pocket.
Yeah.
I don't carry cash in my wallet.
So no cash envelopes for Joel.
No cash envelopes, as he knows his limitations.
Yeah, I can't. I don't carry cash in my wallet because if I'm going to spend it on something, I'm going to buy some Cheetos or I'm going to buy some, cupcakes or an icy Coke or something.
It's not big purchases. He doesn't go buy a boat. He buys it the gas station at Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that is so. I just noticed there's always, and when there's a couple, most likely there's usually a natural saver and a natural spender who are on their debt-free journey, and there's usually one pulling the other along. But then at certain points, that natural spender balances things out because they're like, okay, we still need to buy the certain things. We can't just focus on saving and paying off debt. We still have to buy things we need. Like I know when we paid off our first big 5-digit credit card, we celebrated. We're like, okay, we're going to take $200 and just do whatever we want with that money. Yeah. And he's the saver. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, we need to celebrate it. And he had a ball. I can't even remember what we did. We went to the theme park or something. It's like, you got to do something. You got to live a little.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got to have fun. Once you got some money, some disposable income that you can set aside, have some fun with it. I mean, you don't always have to be so super serious and, always be saving for car insurance. What's exciting about car insurance? Nothing.
Need a little balance. But it's like the live stream you did with Finance Rocks a couple of weeks ago when she was talking about the way your different spending personalities. And so, that, and I think I commented on it and I said, mine is that, I grew up poor is kind of hard for me to actually spend any money because I'm always got that save mentality. And so he balances it out a little bit so that, and convinces me that it's okay to, go on a vacation every once in a while.
No, I still don't have a 75-inch TV yet, but,
It's coming, Joel. It's coming.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like how you guys
we do not have
my room for 75-inch TV right now.
I love how you guys went to Disney the other. Like, was that
too close to the TV.
Do what?
Oh, sorry, it went out.
Oh, okay.
So I was saying, I love how you guys just randomly took a day and went to Disney Springs that couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
You just just finished moving. It's like you just need to go have some fun, and that was just you need to see those type of things. People living a little.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, mask and all, but we went up there and I think we spent for the parking and 2 bottles of water that were overpriced.
No, we didn't pay for parking. It's free parking.
Free parking?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we didn't pay for parking then.
We paid for tolls going over there.
Yes, we did have to pay for tolls because you don't go anywhere in Orlando without paying for tolls.
I don't know if you guys can see the comment on the screen, but who I'm married to. You see? That's what conversations we had. And I'm like, come on, let's just do one thing. Let's have some fun. But he's so good at saving, and he's only in debt because I put him in debt. I signed on that dotted line, and it's been us crawling out ever since. But now my mindset is different, and that's what had to change. It wasn't how much money we made. Shucks, between all this paying off debt, I've lost my job. My business is closed. Things have happened, but the mindset is still the same.
Right.
We're going to knock out debt.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so I want to switch over for a few more minutes and talk about your amazing grocery hauls, because I don't know if you guys talking to who are to the 21 people.
Because you said grocery hauls.
What'd you say?
He's looking at his Cheetos because you said grocery hauls.
It reminded him. His heart probably gets
his mind went straight to grocery hauls.
Because grocery hauls in a pandemic have been out of control. I feel like there's so much inflation. You're dealing with having to buy what your choices are limited. How do you guys navigate grocery hauls in a pandemic and still stay under budget?
It was difficult at first. When everything first started to close down, there were a lot of things we couldn't find.
Or there was only one option and you didn't have a choice. I mean, either you ate that or you paid the extra and ate it, or you didn't buy it at all. So.
Yeah, and you found an alternative to eat. So that's what we would do. We would begin make a meal plan every week before we go and grocery shop, and then we line out everything we're going to buy. We check the cabinets to make sure we've got what we have that we can cross off, and then we go out
and freezer.
And freezer. We do a freezer. We do a freezer inventory too of all the things we have, and then we go out and get our stuff. And so the first couple of weeks, we were having to go to Walmart, Kroger, HEB, and Aldi to find all the different things that we needed at the time. So it was pretty difficult at first. Yeah.
And you really didn't want to go into a store, which, so we were doing pickup, and, there's challenges to pick up too, because they might not give you what you need. And then you're like, oh, I didn't get the thing I needed.
Exactly.
Now I have to go to a store anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things we've also found beneficial besides the meal planning, it's kind of part of meal planning, but we plan extra meals. Instead of saying like 7 meals, we do 9 meals or maybe 10. And that way, if one of those things wasn't available, we still got at least 7 meals out of it,
you guys are the first channel that I've ever watched grocery hauls on that explain that. And I'm going to try it in the month of July. I only usually plan out about 5 meals, and I haven't been doing too good with that this week. I always have a bad week, I notice. But anyway, but I'm going to try to do that. Like, instead of 5 to 7 meals, maybe 9 meals. And because when I go to the store, I have all these things of what I think I'm going to buy, and then I leave with only half of what was on my list.
Right.
But but if I have more meals planned out, I might still be okay. I love the way you guys do that, and how you only buy what exactly you need for that recipe, and you merge it with whatever you have on hand. I think all those things that you guys are doing is why your grocery hauls are able to be so effective. I love your grocery hauls. I love them. I'm always impressed by the amounts. The totals are always like reasonable, super reasonable.
Yeah, and we found out that prices here in Florida are a little bit higher than they were in Texas.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you about that. So they are higher.
Yeah, they are a little higher on some things. So we've had to adjust a little bit, but not a lot. We still had a little money left over this month from our grocery budget. We budget $600 a month for groceries.
For 3 adults.
For 3 adults.
Mark that. Our adult son still lives with us, so it's 3 adults.
That's probably why I can relate to you guys' videos too, because we're a family of 3, and my kid eats like an adult. So
our son that lives here has the weirdest eating habits in the world. I mean, like, he doesn't eat until like 2 in the afternoon, and then he eats from 2 until dinner time. So when he does start eating, and so sometimes we have leftovers, and then some days if he's just really hungry, there's no leftovers. So that's why you won't see in our meal plan the words leftovers, because we don't know if we're going to actually have it.
I love that. I love that. Oh,
and when we do it with the bonus, we can move them to the next.
We're like, this is enough for tomorrow too. Then we just back up what was planned for the next day, another day. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you heard everything that they were saying. I love, love, love the content that they bring to YouTube, and I hope you check their channel out. It's on the screen right there for you. I find that it's helpful to type in Joel and Christy. I find their channel that way. I like messing around with the search engines on YouTube and Google, so I type you guys' names in, and your channel pops up quicker than some of the runner channels.
Right, yeah.
There's a channel
called a lot of people out there with the long run in their name. Yeah.
Not them. But thank you guys so much for coming to the table and just sharing some of what works for you guys, because I feel like having these conversations every week will help others win with their money a little more.
Absolutely.
So congrats on being debt free. I just met you guys, so I'm late saying that. Congrats.
Hey, we want you to know that we really appreciate you. You have really jumped in there and supported us. We appreciate it.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see what you guys post next. What's coming up next? What do we have to look forward to?
Grocery haul tomorrow. Yeah. And then Thursday we're doing a pizza dough recipe. Yeah.
Is this the one you were talking about that has no yeast?
No yeast.
No yeast.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I was just telling Micah about that, because we were out of yeast for like a good 4 to 6 weeks when
I couldn't find it in any stores. That's why I started looking for a recipe somewhere. That I was like, there's got to be some way to do it.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's my favorite word. Look at that. Asia is subscribed. Guys, go subscribe. You won't regret it. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm done bugging you for the last 29 minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining. Feel free to stick around for more conversation and for Money Jeopardy. Or I know it's late where you guys are. It's about 6:30. Do I have that right?
Yeah, 7:30 here.
7:30. Oh, see that extra hour. 7:30 p.m. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. We will slide you guys on off screen just in case you guys don't want to show your faces. We'll still be able to hear you guys until you leave the StreamYard broadcast. So feel free to talk and chime in whenever you want. But guys, that's our special guest for today. I just wanted to also briefly mention that this is episode 10. Can you guys believe we've gotten together for the last 10 Mondays in a row? I cannot believe it. Thank you to all of our supporters. Excuse me, I didn't do an average, but we've been having about 15 to 20 people the last 2 to 3 streams, and I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting, for liking, for tuning in, even when the notification doesn't show. I know I had an issue with a couple people told me like, hey, I wasn't even alerted that you had gone live. So I'm so grateful to you guys for saving it in your phones, for texting your friends and telling everybody to join us right now. Oh, thank you. You can get one of these if you want on my website. Money Monday shirt. This is a Rochelle production, recording in progress. I love this shirt because people, like, if I'm doing a grocery haul in the store and they see me pull out my phone, like if I'm recording, they like panic a little bit because they're like, am I in shot? Am I in the frame? I don't want to be filmed. And so I'm going to start wearing this shirt, guys. I just got it. It just came in. I'm going to start wearing this shirt when I plan to record so people can be on alert. They can know. You may be on my YouTube channel, so you might want to scooch over. But anyway, let's hop into this next topic. I have one of my close friends, Sierra, to thank for this. She sent me some amazing articles. Dennis, feel free to throw them up on the screen. Whatever one you throw up on the screen next is the one I'll talk about. I guess we can start with the stock market since it's Dennis. So she sent me this article about not stressing out when the stock market crashes. And so if you remember from last week, I stated that we would share one stock market tip every week so that we can continue to learn more about how the stock market works and investing in general before we dive in with our money. So this article really shares some great tips about not losing your marbles and getting anxious just because you see the stock market crash or take a dive. Turns out that it has happened at least 6 times over the last century, and it's called a bear market. So that's my term that I learned today. And so it's important to really revisit why you are investing and what money you are using to invest, because you should not be using money that you will miss. That's the overall message of this article. And then, yes, guys, it's off of the AARP website. That's a good website. Does anybody know what it stands for? What AARP stands for? I looked it up this morning. I was like laying in bed this morning and I was like, I know what it stands for. Let me know in the comments if you guys know what it stands for. I put it together in my head. And I shouldn't say old people, because first of all, I'm a nurse and that's my specialty is geriatric nursing, but people who are retired. So AARP stands for the American Association of Retired Persons. And it's actually a very fun website. They have free games and free puzzles. They have really good content on their website. I usually get their cards in the mail because for some reason there's a Rochelle Adamson somewhere that qualifies. And so I'm always getting all of their mail. So I was glad to see Sierra send me these articles because I never looked at the mail. So thank you. Shout out to Sierra for sending us this content. Bree says we had 2 bear markets this year, ? I have no idea. Oh, Joel and Christy said they're members. I'm telling you, hey, a 36-year-old could be retired. You are absolutely, I like where your mindset is, Shelly. You're right, Finance Rocks. American Association of Retired Persons is what it was. But I thought that it was a great article. The other article that she sent me, which was also on their website, is entitled Less Common for Retirees to Pay Off Mortgages. And this actually spoke to me because, excuse me, this actually spoke to me because I was kind of sad to see that there's people who retire, they finish working, they do their years of service, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they give their best to their jobs, they prepare to dive into retirement, and they still have a mortgage. Like, how disappointing is that? Like, in my mind, I think retired means you are retiring from bills, you are retiring from the workload. But no, turns out in this article that over 16% of people who retire, they actually have they don't even believe that they will ever see their mortgage paid in full. And that was actually really sad to see. Like, they actually have no positive outlook on their future. Like, yes, we're going to pay this off. And then they said, no, this mortgage will be tied to my name until the day I die, which is, I feel like we could really do better with that if we know in advance what retirement looks like. So those are my tips of the day for the stock market, is not to stress out when you see the stock market crash. And my second tip of the day is in relation to debt payoff in regards to your mortgage. If at all possible, I don't know if Tanisha's on yet, but Tanisha, if you go follow Fund and Budget Act, she is intensely, gazelle intensely working to pay off her mortgage. And I see why. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice today. Because it's no fun to not have a job and still have a mortgage. Now, it's one thing if you have, those like utilities and things, but to still payment every month without a job, I can't imagine what type of stress that would bring to a retired person's life. So that's just my gems that I found in my text messages from my amazing friends. Sierra, thank you again, and tell your mom thank you too. And hey, I miss her. Megan says, I don't want any debt at retirement. I know, I don't know why in my head I just kind of assume are debt free when they retire, but that's not always the case at all. In fact, the statistics in this article that 32% of retirees more than 8 years after they retire, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. 8 years after you retire, you finally can say that you owe people, that you don't owe anybody money anymore. Come on. Oh. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Well, let's see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about before we get into Money Jeopardy, our favorite part of this show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're up to 24 people. Let's see here. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. Stay tuned for more special guests for the month of July. I am really excited because the fun continues. I have more fun YouTubers who are just amazing and supporting my channel and volunteering, or at least saying yes to coming on to the show. So I really appreciate them. If you guys have any topics you would like to see me cover, feel free to let me know in the comments, DM me, email me. You can really do you can contact me on anything and I'll see it. Hey, Mommy on a Budget. If you buy the land and build, do you still have a mortgage? That's a good question. If you buy the land, so you own the land, because you bought it outright, and you build your house. So I'm assuming if you're saying you build your house, you cash flowed that. Do you still have a mortgage? I would say no, right? As long as you haven't gone through a bank to formally apply for a loan and you're using cash to pay for all of those things, I'm going to assume that you would not have a mortgage. Now, what you might still have are any of those things that come along with just owning property. So, I'm assuming like the little bit of knowledge I have, the property tax, any fees associated with that. But that's a good question. In fact, a lot of people tend to do that in the southern states. I know my dad and his friends, he has plenty of friends that have done that. They have moved to the Carolinas, moved down south, and built themselves a home, by buying the land first. But that's a good question. Okay, here's some answers for you girls. See, this is why I surround my people with that know more than me. Dennis says just taxes, I believe. And Sierra says the same thing. Hey, Angel, no worries. Oh, hey, Debt Destroyers. You guys catch it. We just finished having a great interview with Joel and Christy, and now we're talking about we did our stock market tip of the day, and we also did our tip in relation to debt payoff and how people who retire 16% still owe on their mortgage. So that's a great question. That was a great question, Mommy on a Budget. That is a good plan. That's a really good plan. Okay, I think it's time for us to dive right into Money Jeopardy. Let's see. I knew it probably wouldn't save our totals from last time, so we'll have to start over. I apologize for that. Veronica said just taxes if you do not take out a new construction loan. So there you go. There you go. Hey, Kiva, thanks for joining. You're welcome. Oh, thank you guys for joining in. It's almost 1 a.m. Okay, sure. Shelly says she was winning. I do remember Shelly winning last go round. So Shelly, you know what we'll do? We'll have you start things off since you definitely were the winner from last week. So the categories are savings and investments, interest and loans, credit, everything in between, debt. And the final category is paying homage to Megan over at Her Courage to Plan, because for the month of June, I used her to keep paying off debt. So we'll start from zero, Shelly, since everybody's not even here. Who we have totally different people here. We'll let you go first. So let us know what your category is that you choose. And don't forget, guys, when you type in your who, what, when, where format and question form. Okay, so Shelly chooses credit for $400. The question is a set length of time after the due date during which payment may be made without penalty. I'm tongue-tied. Where's my water? A set length of time during which payment may be made without penalty. I'll wait because I know it's always some form of delay. What is an extension? Oh, Joel and Christy, don't forget to put it in the question format. Oh, you got it stolen from you. Because Joel and Christy are right, but it's just so the answer is, I believe, grace period. We'll see. I think Asia got it first. You guys type really quick. We'll get that answer on the screen to make sure that's it. But I think that's correct. Yes, what is a grace period? So Asia is on the map first with 400 points right out. I love it. She says, sorry, Alex. No problem. So we'll type that you already are the first scorer on the board, and feel free to choose your next question. You guys are so funny. I feel like we went through this board really quick. Slow typo. Yes, everybody was right though. What is a grace period? And I think it's important. The reason thank you for putting that up real quick while you guys are looking at the question. The reason why I used grace period as a question is not to say it is not an incentive to pay your bills late, but say you don't have the money because of job loss or an emergency that has taken place in your life. I highly encourage you to call your companies that you owe money to and pay bills every month, because most likely they have some form of a grace period, especially after this pandemic has started, where you should not incur late fees. And so always have that conversation. You never know till you ask. Okay, question. When you purchase assets you expect to earn a profit from in the future. Don't forget, answer in the question format. Let's see. Okay, we've got some good answers popping up. What is profit? What is an investment? What is ROI? Let's see what the answer is. What is investing? It was a simple one this time. Finance Rocks is on the board. You've got 200 points. Go, Roxanne. See, that's why you guys need her as your financial coach. Hit the link in her bio. She's a great coach. Asia said she was listening to me. I know, I did kind of talk over. Sorry. Great job, Roxanne. You choose the next question. There we go. Interest and loans for 200. The cost of using money. Earn it or pay it. This is kind of funny. I just realized. The cost of using money. Earn it or pay it. And I see Anna with the correct answer. Can you tell we're not the official Jeopardy because the answer is in the category? So that was a fail on my part. That is correct. Anna, enjoy those points. 200 board. Go, girl. You guys type fast. Woo! She just got that in just in the nick of time. Choose the next question, girl. What is interest? Yeah, I just realized. Categories, interest and loans. I don't think that will happen again. Guys are fast. So right now, Asia is still in the lead with 400. Rox and Anna have 200 each. This will be interesting for our final round of Jeopardy. We'll do 2 more questions. That'll be a total of 5 questions. Hopefully that'll give you guys time. Okay, she's choosing Megan's question. Her courage to plan for 300. A quarter, 3 dimes, a nickel, and 6 pennies. If you watch Megan's channel, this will make sense. Oh, I see what I did there. Makes sense. Look at Joel and Christy. What is 66 cents? Let's see if that's the right answer. We'll get a couple more answers on the board before we hit the... Well, that's it. Joel and Christy! Woo! Our special guests are on the board. I'm so happy. For 300. That was a good question. Did y'all like that question? I kind of mixed it up. Because if you ever watch her Courage to Plan, her videos, she does these savings challenges where she doesn't just count her dollars that she saved. She counts those coins too, guys. Oh, Shelly, Joel and Christy beat you out. Well, at least according to, I'm going to by the comments on my end. It might look different for you guys. So I got Joel and Christy coming in first, then Asia, then Shelly, then Tamika, then Chi-Chi. You guys were quick. Go ahead, Eva. I got to put Eva up there. Eva got it right, too. Go, Joel and Christy. So you guys can feel free to join to say what you guys want to choose next. Oh, Shelly said I'm so competitive. Credit for 200. A yearly charge you pay for the privilege of using credit. Hey, Mother Plan. Welcome. You're just in time for the last question for Money Jeopardy before Final Jeopardy. You can jump in. A yearly charge you pay for the privilege of using credit. Yes, she is, Chi-Chi. I think we're all competitive. I think that's why we're all friends. Ooh, I love these responses coming in. I think we see what the answer is. Ooh, I think we caught a new person for the final answer, too. Hold on, let me scroll up. You guys are fast. Oh, Asia's the first one. What is annual fee? Go, Asia. So that is the final question for that round of Jeopardy. You guys were all right, though. Man, Anna was right behind you in the same minute. So was Tamika and Veronica. Welcome, Veronica. Thank you for coming. Finance Rocks, our professional coach, Shelly. In fact, it was so crazy. I paid off a credit card, and this is where I contend with whether I want to close it out or not. Thank you, boo. Mike is coming in with the final Jeopardy question. But I paid the credit card off. And here, babe, say hi.
Hey, sorry. I'm still listening to you. Headphones on behind.
But I paid my credit card in full, zero balance, and I got hit with the annual fee. And it really made me so upset. It was $39 for the year, which wasn't bad, but still, is this the price of having a credit card? Like, should I just close it out? This is why I closed out so many other credit cards and it dropped my credit score, but I don't really use this credit card. Should I get rid of it? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Anyway, oh, hey, Jackie. Thanks for coming in too, hon. We are ready for our final round of Jeopardy, and to keep things fair, I'm going to type it in the comments so that way everybody sees it, hopefully at the same time. And then I'll also throw it up on the screen. Sorry, I'm not a fast typer with these press-on nails.
You in a text.
It's okay, man. I appreciate you for always coming up with our final Jeopardy question.
At the last minute.
For saving.
I guess I should know better. Hi, everyone. Thank you for supporting. And Joel and Christy,
yes.
I enjoyed hearing all your words of wisdom.
You guys have no idea. This is like right up his alley. Okay, let me make sure I worded it right. What do you mean by that part?
I didn't want to use it. I phrase it like that.
Because okay.
Because yeah.
Can we say for a win? Sorry, guys, this is on the fly.
Actually, while we're doing that, people can make, because it's Final Jeopardy, they can.
Oh yeah, throw your wagers up, guys.
You know how much? Oh, it's on the screen. Okay. Asia killing it. Oh, everybody's telling me to close the account. Close the account. Close the account. Mommy on a budget? I thought so too. It's such a hard decision. What's that? What's Mommy on a budget say?
She thought it was better to keep it open. Alrighty, I'm seeing wagers coming in. Sorry, there's a little delay.
I guess it depends on your mindset, because like traditional Dave Ramsey is like close it, because what do you need credit for?
Right.
If you're cash flow and everything.
Yeah. That's where I have that thing. Okay, so I'm having trouble with the way this question is worded, so forgive us, guys. I'm just going to keep it the same as how you had it, Mike.
It's a little wordy, run-on-y, but
yeah,
I had to do it for a reason, because I wanted to substitute one of the words that was in there. He was tossing money out.
All right, here's the final Jeopardy question, guys. A tax-advantaged option of saving for end of work without an employer sponsor. See how it's weirdly worded? I'm so sorry. That's me. I was trying to, Micah didn't have enough time. But basically, it's a tax-advantaged option of saving for end of work without an employer sponsor. That is so funny how Jackie threw money up. Eva too. You guys can guess in spirit, but only the 4 people on the board will. A tax advantage option of saving. I had to read it a couple of times. All right, responses are starting to come in. We'll wait a little longer. Thank you for your wagers. Question is on the board.
Oh, I guess I should have put what that stands for. Do you know already?
No, please put it on there. Okay. I can't think right this minute. Okay. We are on the board. So the first one to respond correctly is Finance Rocks. What is an IRA? So let's give her points. Let me move her response out the way. And she wagered, let's see, let me scroll up and see how much she wagered. She wagered 200. She wagered it all for 400. Asia did not answer correctly, so she loses 400. Oh, Asia says I lost $400. So Asia lost 400, which puts Finance Rocks on top. And then let me look for Anna. Let me see. Anna is correct. What is a Roth IRA? And she wagered 200. Ooh, this is going to be close. Michael, we might need a final question. And then, did Joel and Christy answer? Let me see here. Yeah, Joel and Christy answered. What is IRA? You guys are so smart. And let's see how much they wagered. They wagered 300. Ooh. So I think we have a winner, guys. Our special guests are the winners, Joel and Christy. How awesome is that? You guys won. That is too funny. That is just so funny. I think that is too funny. Let's see here. I'm putting you guys back on the screen. Any words of wisdom? How did you do that, Joel and Christy?
2 lines?
Blind squirrel finds an every now and then, so
Thank you guys for tuning in. I enjoyed you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for the last hour. Absolutely. And yes, Asia, sorry, I already took the board off the screen, but we from here on out are going to move forward, guys. You have $200 for next week. I'm going to replay this video and I'm going to jot down you guys' scores. Thank you, babe, so that you have it. But if you join next week, Money Monday, you will start with that amount until we clear this board off, just to keep things, some continuity. So here's the final scores for this round. For this week, Joel and Christy are up by 200. Woo! And just so in case you weren't familiar, an IRA is an individual retirement account, which is funny because we were just talking about AARP. But this is a tool that individuals use to earmark funds for retirement savings. There's all different types. The ones that are most commonly talked about are traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs. Now, the key takeaway that you want to think about an IRA is if you withdraw money from an IRA before the age of 59 and a half, you are subject to an early withdrawal penalty of at least 10%. So guys, this is just like investing. It is money that you save and do not touch until you are of age. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you won't see all of it. So feel free to look that up. Investopedia.com is where we got that from. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to see more content by Joel and Christy, feel free to check out their channel. We're here every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to join in the fun. Next week, we most likely will have a special guest. I just have to tweak out the final schedule for July. But we will be talking about some interesting things this month. It's funny that Joel and Christy are our last special guests for June because they're a couple. We're going to be talking to more people who are couples, and we're going to be talking about the relationship they have with money and how it's different for each person. Just because they're together doesn't mean that they agree on money, and it doesn't mean that they spend it the same way. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Asia. Thank you to all 25 of you who have joined. Thank you, Debt Destroyers.
Bye, everyone. I just woke up, so I really can't see the screen. My eyes still sleep, but you know who you are.
Oh, right now they're waiving the 10%, but you have to pay it back by the end of next year. IRA update. Are we surprised?
Who said that?
Veronica.
Thank you, Veronica.
Welcome to our newest member of Money Mondays, Veronica. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.